and gentlemen, it is Harmon Warhol bringing another episode of the Harmon Warhol Show. And today, I have a special guest. She is not only a video vixen, a model, a host of her own podcast and web series and show, an entertainer within herself, a thrower, athletic, beautiful, talented, soon to be my girlfriend. I'm sorry. It rolled off the tongue really easy. Celeste, what's up?
Thank you for all that.
That was a good one though, right?
It was, except for the video vixen part.
It's funny because it's true. No, we're kidding. It's a joke. So anyway, how you doing today? How's it going?
I'm doing pretty good. I can't complain. I'm here with you. You bought me food. You made me a margarita. Like, what else can I ask for in a future boyfriend?
Oh man, yeah. So getting into that actually, the reason I have you on because now I feel like I can talk to you. We have talked on many occasions. Have the same birthday.
We do.
A lot of things similar. So
we do.
Keep it friendly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Keep it real friendly and nice. And just wanted to get on a deeper discussion on things. But first, let's set you up and everything. One thing I just found out about you, you're a thrower.
Yeah.
What's up? Yeah.
So, so I've done sports all my life. So when I was younger, I was like 8, I had a choice to play the piano or play tennis because my grandma did both. And so I was like, I'll try the piano. That didn't really work out. Like, I did it, but it didn't.
You got fingers for it, though.
Yeah, that's what young Alicia.
Yeah. If I ain't got you, baby. All right, so anyway.
So then I ended up playing tennis from 8 years old all the way till I got to college. And then they didn't have a tennis team at Delta when I got there. So my friends were like, why don't you try track? And I was like, okay, why not? Tried it. I was bigger than a runner. So they were like, try throwing.
The way you set it up like it was a regular thing, man, you could have been like, hey, yo, these are some other kind of light. You too big. How about football?
I really wanted to play football too. That's the crazy.
Are you wearing shoulder pads right now?
Shut the heck up.
I'm just kidding.
But yeah, so then I was like, I might as well do it, and then I end up being pretty good at it.
When I saw you throw that damn thing, because the way you're serious, the way you carry yourself and shit, I'm like, yo, she could throw me around like that, nigga. Like, she over here just...
See, that's what attracted you, right?
Man. Shit. As long, you can dominate me outside the bedroom, but inside, as long as I'm good.
Shut up.
Hey, I know we can talk about anything. I give her the whole rundown, everybody. Hey, yo, like, where's the line? No, we can talk about anything.
I just like messing
So you just graduated not too long ago, like a couple years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago.
Yeah,
okay.
In Iowa.
Okay.
Yeah, but I ended up injuring myself. So like the video you seen, that's when I had really started getting the hang of it. Because in Iowa, they do indoor and outdoor.
Yeah.
I was used to doing outdoor. So I played basketball too. So we were doing we were just playing around one day. I fell wrong. Next day we had a competition and I threw it and I heard, I was like, I couldn't sit down, I couldn't walk, nothing, so I found out I fractured my back, and then my season was done. But I was like, you know what, that's cool, because, sometimes things happen for a reason, for you to open different avenues, and so I was like, that's fine.
Yeah, for sure. Well, now I'll move on, and now you're doing you right now.
That's exactly what's going on.
So what was the dudes like, or women in Iowa?
I'm mainly men, so.
Okay, mainly men. Okay.
All men.
All men. Okay.
Yes.
So how was that situation? Because similar path. Like I went to Indiana. You know what I mean? So there's different type of women out there. So how are you looking? What's the perspective from your end, and what's the perspective from the other people that you could grasp from going out to where's Iowa in the Midwest, right?
Yeah.
So
Like how are people different there?
Yeah, like, so I'll go into me first so you can go. So, like, pretty much, like, when I got there, I'm from California. In Indiana, I had gauges in my ear. I had a couple of tattoos and everything. So people think I'm, like, a skater or something. Like, I'm a black guy skater. People thought, like, I was, like, a lead singer of some of this, like, fucking punk rock band and shit. Because I was wearing, like, clothes like this and shit. You know what I mean? Because the baseball players out there are very more clean cut and stuff. And most of the majority baseball players are like that. But, you know, but, like, there's some of those grunt dirtbag guys like me, you know, in California, like, we like the tattoos, you know what I mean? We're like those kind of guys. And they just didn't have that or see that yet. So once I tell them I play baseball and everything like that, but at the same time, that wasn't too impressive because they're like, you don't know how to hunt. Like, you know what I mean?
Get on my level.
Yeah, like, I would see some of the most finest, like, white girls or whatever, and they're kind of country or whatever and stuff, but, like, they were, like, trying to get hooking up with the dude who got all camo on in the bar, like, and I'm just like, yo. I mean, yeah, I get he's, like, a little taller than me, but this dude looks straight dorky, dude. Like, I know he can hunt and kill a deer, but, like...
Right.
I mean, that's sexy to me, too, especially now, but I'm just saying, like, damn, that's what they hunt for niggas who hunt, like, you know what I mean? Because they're daddy's little girl out there, you know what I mean? So,
right, it's totally different, right?
Yeah, so, like, I got a lot of white girls who are trying to disappoint their parents.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm just kidding.
Dang, you had it like that?
I'm just kidding.
That took a turn.
No, that's what I told you. I was set it up and spike it, you know what I mean?
I love it.
Yeah. So, no, there's definitely girls who are, like, trying to have me, like, have sex with them to, like, Rich Homie Quan or fucking Bobby Schmurder. And they just wanted to see that I was different or whatever. But a lot of times I could never really settle down with the girl out there because I knew I was always going to come back to Cali. And then just like that big move from Indiana to Cali, they don't think they're going to survive or make sense, you know what I'm saying? So nothing ever got serious. So I'm just asking you, any similar situation.
Well, I wasn't the player as you were, but...
baseball player.
I didn't have the clout like that, you know what I'm saying?
And scored a lot of runs. Get on base frequently. But anyway. Go ahead.
Oh my gosh. Well, no, like, I mean, I guess when I got there, like you said, in other states is crazy. I never realized how much we're idolized, California, and that was the big thing. Like, I had a group of friends, like, we were all from California. Well, I went to college with Felicia. Felicia, Joy, you don't know who that is, and Karen. Like, we all went to Delta. We were all on the track team together.
That's Felicia, why you guys are all like, we're sisters and stuff and everything.
We already were that close before we left. Mm-hmm. So it was like, when we got there, it was like, oh my God, I'm in a whole other place. I don't know nobody. It was amazing. So we got even closer. Yeah. But, so she was like, you should come out here, like, keep doing track. Because I stopped doing track for... like 2 years almost. Yeah. Because I was like, I'm just going to work. I moved to Oceanside with my grandparents, and I was like, I'm just going to figure something out. and then I ended up getting a scholarship. So when I got there, like, everybody was like, oh my gosh, you're from California? Like, everybody was like, that's dope. Like, I want to go there. And I didn't really, like, I was more so focused. Yeah. I never really cared about school like that. Yeah. It took me a long time to get my AA. It took me like 5 years. So when I got there, I was focused. Yes, 5 years to get it because I had so many other things I wanted to do. But when I got there, I wasn't really worried about guys and stuff like that. But of course, like, you know, they look at you different. They look at you or whatever.
Come on. Was there like a lot of like black dudes, white dudes? Or?
It was a lot of, there was a lot of people from a lot of different places. So it was like it was a mixed crowd, but more so white, black.
Yeah, of course.
But it was weird. Like, I never experienced anything like that before. I never experienced like racism or... Because here we're so diverse, you know what I'm saying?
More like segregation you were looking at. Like, that's what I saw. Because, like, you would see, like, there is a bunch of black people, but they're all on that side of town.
Like, let me tell you about this, though. One time, like, I went home for a break or whatever, and one of my friends came to pick me up from the airport, white guy. And we went to Walmart. Yes. Okay. Friends.
Being a future boyfriend, that's what I wanted to ask.
You don't need to know about that.
I don't care about your past. I just want to be in your future. But anyway, what I'm saying is, just maybe the viewers would want to know. Friend, whatever.
He was
Friends
a friend.
picking you up from the airport.
We went to Walmart.
Okay.
And
that's where you go.
That's where you go. Swear, our town only had pizza and Subway.
Yeah.
And Walmart was 30 minutes away.
Yeah.
Like, what are we supposed to do? So, but when we were in there though, heck of people were looking at us like this. Yeah. I'm like, I've never experienced that before. This was totally different. So it was just a culture shock. Yeah. But it put a lot of things in perspective for me. But like as far as like guys and stuff like that, no, I didn't really have too many of those experiences.
I feel like you're being really fucking modest right now.
I swear. I swear.
Oh man, I need the juice, bro.
I swear.
You telling me that one corn-fed motherfucker out there saw you throwing that damn ball and was like, I want that one.
I'm telling you, they did not look at me like that.
You see how goddamn, I want to make her hips throw them. Goddamn, she can throw these fucking balls. You know that one?
No.
What?
I was cool with like a lot of the black people. Mm-hmm. Like people from New York, a lot of people from New York.
Yeah,
like,
New York goes out to the Midwest. Yeah, they got family.
Yeah. It was just like we were in our own group. Yeah. I was cool with them.
Yeah.
But they weren't looking at me like that.
Damn.
They weren't.
Wow.
I know.
That's some shit. Wow. That's crazy. No one would approach. You don't think you could be a little intimidating? Does anyone tell you that now? Like nowadays?
People do tell me that, but I don't know why. Like, I mean, I can understand. Sometimes I don't smile, but like I'm always smiling and laughing.
You think it's just the smiling, or do you just think like it maybe be like your surroundings, the people you're around, the way, you know what I'm saying? You could be incorporated with people. Not saying like the people you're around are like scared, dangerous, but you guys are having fun. No one wants to interrupt that. You know, most of the time. I'm just saying.
Do you think that?
I don't know. I don't think like that. No, I can see why I wouldn't want to talk to you at first. Like, man, I don't know if I want to get shot down right away. Maybe
I'm
I
not
can
even
fucking
mean.
play, but I wouldn't think you're mean. I just feel like I'm like, damn, because you look at a girl like you. I look at a girl. If I was gonna say just put you in the other database of girls, I'm looking at a girl like you. I'm looking at you. I'm like, there's got to be a. She gets a fair amount of guys asking her what's good. Like, you know what I mean?
People say that. That's interesting. People say that, but I mean, I get it. I get it. But at the same time,
I'm bad.
No, not like
I mean,
I get where people are coming from, but it's not like that though. Yeah. It's not, because I mean, like a lot of people think like that. Like I could think that about you, but it's like even if people are coming at you like that, like I just love everybody.
Yeah,
I just want to be friends with everybody.
And okay, so that would be kind of intimidating just because, like, someone might see you hanging out with a bunch of people or something. Like, a bunch of dudes being friends. Like, how you said, I was cool with them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're like, well, she's cool with all these niggas.
That has definitely got me in some trouble before in a relationship. Like, you don't need to be friends with them. Like, why not?
To me, it just depends, though, bruh. Let's go into that. I'll get into that. Yeah. So, like, alright. So me, I feel like if a girl has a dude as a friend, like, I better see like baby pictures of them together, nigga. Like, swear to God, bro. Like, dude, if I don't see these throwback pics, bro. If I don't hear like a story of like you got shot, this nigga carried you to the hospital or some shit.
Hey, I feel it though because a lot of times people be giving titles to people, and it's like, okay. But did you guys used to mess with each other though?
Yeah,
that's because it's true. Like
not even that, bro. Is there even could it ever possibly be, bro?
Yeah.
Because if it's that, like, it's like I'm not saying who you can or cannot talk to, but let's be realistic. Like I've been cool with a bunch of girls or whatever, and I might not even try to get with them. But if you ask me if this girl ever said like, hey, you want to fuck? Like, yeah, no hesitation, dog. Like what? Are you retarded? Like I don't cross that line intentionally. Yeah. For certain reasons, or there must be more thought into it or whatever, but like that's what I'm just saying. So any other guy who's just like, yeah, man, no, she got a man, dog, da da da. Yeah. But if she ever had a bad day and was just looking at you one day, it was like, I'm
going all in.
Yeah, come on, fam.
I got a shoulder right here.
Yeah. And now you over here like, bro, I didn't mean nothing, dog. I'm like, no, fuck you, bro. You need to be around here.
I get that.
Yeah,
I really do. I do, because, like I said, it's people you give titles to and you could have possibly messed with them before. Then you get in a relationship and it's like, well, this is my best friend, but we don't we don't look at each other like that anymore though, and then that springs things on, like, you know what I'm saying. And
I got two things right here on that one, bro. So two things. One, I when I was in high school, definitely, or even like early in college, I was that dude who was fucking like, hey bro, like what? I didn't know that was your girl, dude. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, or like I was like one of those niggas like, bro, she chose me. You know what I'm saying?
Are you gonna be mad at me?
Yeah, bro. You know what I mean? And it's not even really like that. Like, it wasn't like I was totally intent, but like, you know, as you grow older, some of those lines and titles and things to people mean a lot. You know what I mean? Even if it's just a relationship for a few months or whatever, some people might qualify you as a really good friend or trusted you. You didn't even know to that extent, you know? So I got a role of like, oh, you better watch out, Mike. You know what I mean? Like, because this be silly things. Oh, man, I want to go even deeper in that aspect, too. Just because, like, pretty much what would happen sometimes, and even happened very recently, not too, like, four years ago or whatever, it's usually, like, I'll get with the girl, and then not get with her. One of my friends or whatever will get with her or whatever, and I won't even trip or whatever, but then they break up, and then she comes over here, back here again or whatever. And then someone might be salty or whatever, you know what I mean? And I'm just like, hey, bro, when y'all were together, I didn't say shit. I didn't do shit. And then just because we just, you know what I mean, whatever, and you hear about it, you want to be mad or whatever, and then it's just like, and then that's like, it wasn't like that all the time, but those are kind of the situations you find yourself. I think a bunch of people can relate to that, you know, and I grew up from that. So this is the person I am today now.
I'm a changed man.
Into respects. I'm very open and everything. I don't care really. If I'm done with a girl, that's cool, bro. But if you're my best friend and you're trying to date her and like hang out with her, then we got a problem, bro. If you all just smashed and whatever, and I don't even need to know about it, then, bro. Don't even tell me. Don't tell me, dog.
My heart.
I'm like, but the guy I am today now, like if my homie brings a girl over or whatever to like the party or whatever, I mean, sorry, but I'm not even gonna talk to that girl. You know what I mean? Until like I see that that's his like girl. They've been together for a while. You know what I'm just saying? I'm not even gonna make a conversation with her until I see that there's some type of seriousness. Then we can build a relationship because then she knows we know we're not crossing any. But when you first bring a girl over to the party or whatever, you know what I mean? She might be drunk and forget she's even with you at one point or whatever.
That's
you
true.
know what I mean? Like she's like, I just met this nigga. You're like, dog, you just talk, bro. How should I feel bad? You just met her on Tinder today. Like, what the fuck? Hey, bro, maybe don't block my blessings.
Don't block it. Don't block it. You brought her here for me. You didn't even know it. No, I feel that though. I do. What was I gonna say? Cause I always have conversations about stuff like that, like people's intentions and how you should move when it comes to another person and in their relationship, because you could step on somebody's toes. Like I feel the same way. Like I don't really like getting close to my friends' boyfriends or whatever until like they're established and like
super
my friend
serious,
my friend is like, okay, this one is cool, like, you know, because you never know the dude's intentions either. Like I would that's a horrible conversation to have with a friend. Like your man was trying to talk to me, or you know what I'm saying?
Probably happens a bunch.
No. I'm just saying, like, you know,
not to you. But like, I'm just like, I see girls or whatever, like, and girls try to prevent that from maybe even happening. You know what I mean? And like, and I feel it. Like I understand. You know what I mean? But like, y'all all look so good. Maybe you should get some more ugly friends, bitch. No, I was kidding. Okay. I'm making a joke. No, but I just see that, like, you know what I mean? Because they're like, because like, you know, they go like bros before hoes, bro. Like girls will try to do the same thing or whatever and shit. And I respect that too as well, but it has to be more frequent because guys are more dumb, and then you know what I mean, like fuck that bitch, I'm a fucking friend, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yeah,
you guys go off the deep end sometimes, but I get it. I feel like sometimes guys are I don't like putting people in boxes, but I feel like sometimes dudes are a little bit more emotional. Okay, so
I'll go in on my side on me, but go ahead. Go ahead.
I feel like we're all emotional beings, right? But women always get put in the box of being emotional. But I feel like men are mostly they have way more. You guys have way more emotion.
Yeah.
And when it's always looked at as anger or whatever, it's just passion. And you guys don't really know how to exemplify that all the time.
Yeah, because I ain't no bitch, dog.
You about to have me follow this shit. That's fact.
Bottle that shit inside.
Yeah. You straight up.
Put all that anger in my dick. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. I went over. That was over. So what I'm saying is, I would definitely, especially it took me a while to be an older male to realize that I am emotional and I could be petty and I could be trying to be manipulative and all that other bullshit. Like people would. Ooh, is that? Oh, you ain't ready. You gonna be ready for this one, dog.
Ready to go.
So when we were talking about the emotion of a man, they're more emotional, and I was trying to bring up a certain thing that I would do.
Yeah.
Being emotional. What were we talking about before? I'm trying to think.
As far as like with relationships.
And stepping on toes and all that and everything. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I would definitely say I probably could be more emotional than girls. I think especially now in today's society, women being so strong and not want to be taken advantage of and things like that. Because I'm the guy who wants the girl to come cuddle and stay, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's crazy because I feel like girls cut them soft off to certain things or whatever. Like they don't even let themselves only go so far because they know that once that happens, I'm gonna be attached or whatever. True. And I'm like, hey man, we were just hugging in bed, like you know what I'm saying? Like, and like how you said, like love and everything, like you know, if I'm already. I mean, this is an older me too, also. You know what I mean? That's why it's like, if I'm not having intercourse with you or being, you know what I mean, or hanging out, I really have to like you now. Like, my dick is not going to talk me into, like, hanging out with someone all day who I'm just like, I'm like, let's wait a few days, maybe someone, you know what I mean, or weeks or months, nigga, if we have to, you know what I mean? But, back in the day, yeah, emotional, like, definitely the way I handle those things instead of bottling those things inside and just letting them out in the wrong way. Maybe not being able to express it, so I show actions, maybe they hate you. Oh, that's what I was going to bring up. So this is the emotional part I was going to do. Only done this to the girls I like the most, too. And I would never do it on purpose, not knowing what I was doing. A couple girls, I have hit their friends up or whatever after whatever we get salty. I personally, I've even talked to some girls and some guys. It's what's the word? When you not harm yourself. Damn.
Like self-affliction?
Not self-affliction. What's the word? Self-detriment, some shit like that.
I see.
Whatever it is, I'm throwing a grenade in my whole thing for a chance to even get back in this window because whenever I have a door open, my door usually stays open.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I never end things bad, and usually it's just because of like a certain situation we can't stay together because it's just something we can't get along or certain things. And so I will just be like, hey yo, I'm gonna get drunk as hell, and I'm gonna just hit up her friend. And within the week, I'm going to get an angry text like, I can't believe you hit my friend up. Da, da, da. And I'm just like, all right, cool. I don't got to ever talk to this girl again. And people might, that's an emotional thing to do, bro.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. You guys.
Whether a girl's either hurt me or I just was like, hey, I'm done and like running back to a chick just because I feel comfortable with her. You know what I mean? And that's like, and I know it's not going to work. You know, you keep trying and trying. And it's just not going to. But you just feel comfortable, so you don't want to try to get no one else or do better or just work on yourself and just say fuck a relationship, you know?
Heal. Why don't we heal? I mean, it's hard, but that's why, like, over the years too, like, I feel like I've grown a lot too mentally just because I feel like I look at how, why people do things. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times, like, you doing all that, somebody's not going to take the time to be like, oh, well, maybe he did that because he was hurting and he... whatever.
Yeah, maybe he did that because I was trying to just be friends with him and move on, but he wanted something more, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or maybe because I was being inconsiderate, maybe how he felt of how I did something. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. People don't take the time a lot of times to look within.
Yeah.
Like, we just look at what other people are doing, and I'm like, you know, that's why I feel like a lot of times I don't take things I try not to take things personal these days because a lot of people do things for certain reasons. That's what everybody does something for something. Usually it's because of our own benefit, but like it's not intended to hurt the other person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's all. I look at people's intent all the time. Yeah, definitely.
Libras.
That's
what I'm saying.
Balancing it out.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We gotta balance it.
I'm a lover, not a liker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Lil Wayne, shout out Lil Weezy. September 27th.
Oh, I'm the 29th. What are you?
The 29th, same birthday.
God.
She over here. She wanted to confirm because it's been a while since we've seen each other. You know
I haven't seen him in years.
Who, me? Or are we talking about Lil Wayne?
You.
How did you like working with me on the video? It was very.
You know what's crazy? As soon as we met each other, it was like that. Like we like instantly connected. I feel like in my eyes. I don't know how you.
Yeah,
feel.
I mean, I did, but I thought, you know what? Actually, I thought it was even more instant, but it wasn't, because we're still single. But anyway, you know, God don't make mistakes. But anyway,
you pulling up all the Lil Wayne songs. Cause I'm single.
As I'm single.
Okay, but yeah, it was fun though. I really liked that. Like, it's interesting because like I've been being pushed out of my comfort zone a lot. Like I've always wanted to act. When I went to school, I minored in theater. Mm-hmm. So when you guys had hit me about the video, I was like, okay, cool. Like I think that'd be dope. But doing it with you, it felt like supernatural. Yeah. Like we didn't have to try. Yeah, it was dope. So thank you for that because I really did enjoy it.
Oh no, thank you. Thank you for being the leading lady.
Of course.
How did you feel the concept and everything? Has anyone reached out to you about that? About finding me faking my death?
Well, I'm like super close to my family, so like we put it on the TV and we all watched it together, and they thought it was dope. Like, cause I'm intentional. You know what I'm saying? I know you're intentional, so we're not just gonna put stuff out there with no substance. So the fact that you put together a whole plot to the video and like it had a way deeper meaning than anybody would know. Like it really showed because it was like, oh dang, I never looked at it from that perspective. So like people were like, oh, that was crazy. And you played it really good, so it was like, he knows what he's doing.
See, I felt like I was like, man, I haven't really done anything like this. And people were complimenting me about yelling at girls and stuff. I'm like, man, the thing is, I really felt like maybe I really did a decent good thing at acting because I really don't ever like yell at women like that. And like, getting the response from women of them like saying I sparked up like fucking like trauma of them like a little bit. And
that's cool.
And I gave myself a pat on the back, but also felt bad. I was just like, because I'm like, damn, people really, it shows those statistics on house abuse and shit. I guess because I never saw my dad hit my mom. I really think that's just a far out concept, you know? What I mean? I can see maybe like yelling and something like that, but even then, I feel like your significant other, I mean, unless they do something terrible, like, I guess cheat or whatever, but even then, but like, it's really hard for me to just try to degrade someone and be down and be little. Like, you, like, bro, to get that out of me, you know what I mean? I would have to not know you and you have to, like, try to kill my family member or something. Right. Or, you know what I mean?
That's what we kept saying to each other the whole time, too. It was like, I've never really done this before, so I'm sorry, like, because I never really argue either. So, like, when we were going back and forth, I was like, you know, this is kind of... But yeah, you did a good job though.
Most of the time I just kind of run out the room, like kind of just like I might say something like because whenever I argue with the girl, which gets a lot of people mad, or anytime I argue with anybody, I try to keep the most calm voice ever. Yeah. And then just try to like say something that makes sense and concise, very short and to the point. Because other people will yell and say all these other, you know what I mean, just
things
loose
you may
words.
Not mean.
Yeah, or whatever. And I try to be, and that's the thing which sucks because sometimes I can't be so emotional about it. Now, don't get me wrong, have I ever been like, no, you're dumb or da 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 or some shit like that? Like, yeah, but like that's more like your thing and then you just leave or something. People would just be yelling in people's face like, bitch, you ain't shit. I swear to God, I'll fucking kill you and fucking da-da-da. I'm just like, yo,
that
bro.
real abuse. I can't do it. I can't.
It's a trip, man, how people are or could be. Yeah. I just don't understand how, like, you never been in any type of relationship like that or anything?
I've never been in a physical relationship, no, like, and I don't know if it's because I'm very, like I said, I'm very intentional. So, like, I mean, the relationships I was in, I've only been in 2 relationships. Okay. I was in a relationship in high school that lasted like a year. I've never been able to I've never been in a relationship over 2 years.
I've never been in a relationship, probably period, except for like my one high school one. I count 2, but the other one was kind of like a summer type thing before my senior year.
Like that.
And there was a couple of girls where like, I seen when we were with each other for long, but we were always on and off, so I never counted it because every time I got serious, I was doing something like, self-detrimental, self-inflicting. Man, there's a good word I always kept saying. I'm blanking on it right now.
I can't even think.
Self-sabotage. That's what it was.
Okay.
I would always sabotage myself. You know what I mean? Like do something you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what it was. So like one girl, I even hit up her sister one time or whatever. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
And it wasn't even like. But the thing is, like, if you know who I am, I was like, you can tell how I wrote it. It was like a joke. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it's still like your intent, you know what I mean? So like there's certain things like people who know me, they know like I joke around. I can get away with a lot what I say. Yeah. But if you could tell what my intent is, you could tell that like, oh, Mike's he's being a dick right now. He's not joking. You know what I'm saying? So like those girls who knew me, they knew like I don't give a fuck. You've made it all jokey joke, nigga. I know that what you were trying to do. And I was just trying to stir up emotions. But that was like I said, like that was like 6 years, 7 years. I regret it. Because the thing is, what made me regret it is, I thought that chick saw that like within that month or week or whatever. She didn't see that fucking comment until like 2 years later, 3 years later. Yeah, and something bad happened to her sister. She's alive still, but
oh, amen.
But she saw that comment from there because she's looking through her sister's shit. And then and I'm like, oh, that was all bad.
I swear.
I was like, you saw it. I don't care when it was, nigga. I was like, damn, bitch. Then I'm like, I can't bring up when I was mad. Why I was mad. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just because you had to get a new dude, you know, shoving. Like, can we still be friends? Oh man, I'll tell you why. So this is because I would give myself a little bit of credit of why Michael Harris did this. You know what I mean? Dude. Got with this chick, right? We hit it off summer. She came out and hit it, and then she had to go back to where she lived, which was like 6-8 hours away, you know what I mean? At the time, I didn't have a bunch of money. I'm trying to save up money, you know what I mean? And I couldn't save the money. I actually, sold weed for a short period of time just to get the money to go visit her.
It was real.
So it took me a couple months, but I ended up getting some cool, decent money to go visit, like a couple thousand, instead of like going out there with, because she kept saying like, oh, I'll pay. And I'm like, I'm not going all the way out to where you are 8 hours away, and then now you're paying for me, and I'm not doing that. Like, so I go, I know that you just want me out there, but that's not cool, you know what I mean? Because you've been working ever since you got out of high school, and I barely just started. I just got done playing baseball. I got 1 year left of college. I just started working. I'm like, I don't got like that. Within that time, she got a new dude. And then so I'm all like, I thought I was coming out like for Thanksgiving. She's like, yeah, you still can, but like, can we still be friends? And da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, so you want me to come out there with your new dude and your sister? Like, and we just chilling and shit?
That's
like
interesting.
Friends? And it's all good? And I'm like, oh, bro.
That did something to you.
Bruh.
Whoa, what kind of logic is that?
But that's what I'm saying. I feel like a lot of girls too, and I think where guys fuck up because they don't tell girls is because they don't want to sound like a bitch or come off wrong. Like, bro, like girls, they do certain things